All right, let's talk about the first film. I moved this film actually up on my list because I have a lot to say about it. The first one is Turd Box. I'm trademarking that. No, it's Bird Box.
There's a lot of trademarking goes on with you.
Yes, that's right. Seriously though, Bird Box, I do not get it, man. Okay, first of all, and you remember when we reviewed the trailer for this film on the podcast, I gave it its due. I gave it its credit. I said this looks interesting. This could be good. It has a great screenwriter, Eric Heiser, who wrote Lights Out and Arrival. 2 films I really enjoy. And he wrote and directed Hours, another film I really enjoy. The problem with this film, though, is not the writing. It's the directing, dude. The directing. I don't think the actors kind of knew what to do with this dialogue, and the director did not help him with it. Because some of the dialogue is really clever, but it's just delivered in such an awkward way. For those of you who don't know, like the one person who doesn't know, Bird Box is a film starring Sandra Bullock, Sarah Paulson, Lil Ray Howard, John Malkovich, Machine Gun Kelly is in it for some reason. Rosa Salazar is in it. Okay, all-star cast, whatever. It's basically A Quiet Place, but with your eyes. Okay, so you can't see the freaking demon or spirit or whatever, because if you see it, it causes you to commit suicide because what you see is either way too beautiful, you just want to end your life because nothing else can comprehend it, or what you see is so scary and so frightening, it's your worst fear, it makes you want to kill yourself. You know why it's either one of those two things, Tyler?
Why is that?
Because it doesn't explain it. It doesn't explain anything about the actual spirits or demons or whatever they are. Nothing is explained, which is fine if you want to go that route, but this film really needed something else to explain why these things are what they are, what happened.
Like the plants are killing us. Like that?
Like the happening sort of thing?
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, here's the crazy thing. Because you never see the demons or spirits or whatever. You never see what these things look like, okay? But it's heavily implied that they're invisible, okay? And when they're walking around, guess what happens? The plants and the vegetation start to blow like wind. Okay. Just like The Happening. This film is a better version of The Happening, but a worse version of A Quiet Place. Mm-hmm. Okay, so first off, a lot of what this film is getting a lot of praise for its performances. I disagree. I think the acting is so stilted in this movie, and I honestly think that Sandra Bullock, although she's a great actress, I think that for this role, she was kind of a bitch. She was a very, very unlikable character. I did not enjoy her in this role at all. And honestly, at the very, very end of the film, they try and do something to like redeem her character, but it's too little too late at that point. You're like, I really don't like this character. She sucks.
Yeah.
You know? And it's crazy. My mouth dropped, dude, with and I know this film is based on a book, and the book came out before A Quiet Place. So maybe A Quiet Place took inspiration from the book, Bird Box. I don't know. Point is, I'm just going to act like this in sequential order. I'm just going to act like this is all sequential, okay? This film ripped off A Quiet Place in ways that had my mouth drop. I'm like, really? I'm like, you're really going to do this? You're really going to do a scene where a woman is pregnant.
Oh, no.
And giving birth during this time when these monsters are all around them and they can't open their eyes. The baby can't open their eyes because, I don't know, I guess babies have the function to kill themselves, which they don't, which whatever. You're going to do this. But wait, Tyler, wait. It's 2 pregnant women this time.
You serious?
It's 2 pregnant women. That's how it's different. No, cut!
Dude, whoever's delivering is getting cucked.
Oh, they did. Dude, okay, first of all, the acting is so stilted, and the character interactions don't make sense. Okay, when they all get in this house, because everyone is trying to take refuge away from these things, you get these characters and these interactions that are so weird. They're just odd. It's like people would not act like this. People are all of a sudden, like a cop comes in, played by Rosa Salazar. She comes in. She meets Machine Gun Kelly, a drug dealer, who's, by the way, just one freaking line explains that he's a drug dealer, and it's a super awkward interaction. She's like, hey, I'm a cop. Did you not hear it? I'm like, what are you doing? They decide that it's the end of the world, so they're going to have sex, and they're going to couple up.
What the fuck?
Like a day after, right? A day after. They're like, well, the world's ending. We might as well have sex. And then they team up, and I'm going to spoil this, but don't watch this film, Tyler. Don't watch it.
Oh, okay.
They team up and then they steal the car just to run away from the rest of the group with no explanation. Why'd they steal the car? Why did they run away? Why? What? What, Tyler? It's stupid, okay? And I wouldn't be so hard on this film if it wasn't for the fucking strange cultural phenomenon it's become. I cannot I cannot go onto the internet and not see something about Bird Box. It's everywhere, Tyler. People are talking about this film like it's Star Wars or like it's Avengers. It's not that good. Okay? At least to me.
Are they saying it's like good?
People are saying it's like amazing. People are acting like it's the most original film in years.
Oh.
I know that there are the memes about it too, which are ironic, but there are a lot of unironic memes about it.
Yeah, well,
the Bird Box Challenge? Are you serious?
I guess I've never... One, I have not seen that much on it.
This
Two,
movie...
people that I heard from, they're like, it's okay.
This movie is a straight-to-DVD version of A Quiet Place. Okay? It's not that great. John Malkovich has a truly awkward performance, and there's a lot of times when characters would go against what their character was already established with. You understand?
Yeah.
So, John Malkovich he's the uptight guy. He's the guy, we have to survive. We can't let anybody in. Okay, we have to be by the books. We have to be alert at all times. Right? He's that guy.
Okay.
And then they go to a grocery store to get supplies. He gets drunk. He just straight up gets wasted. He's like, where's the booze? And then he just like gets super wasted. I'm like, this goes against his character. This guy was the strong guy. The guy who was like, no, we need to be alert at all times and be by the books. And now he's getting drunk. That goes against his character. And then secondly, these characters, because it's so awkward the way they're introduced and everything and just the way they play off each other, it just wouldn't work that way in real life if this was actually happening. People like Lil Ray Howard, who is a grocery clerk in the film, all of a sudden he has all the answers. It's like when they're all in the house, he's like, I understand what these things are, because if you read like Confucius's book about the human condition, you would realize, and then he knows all this stuff about Confucius, and like he's all of a sudden like this poet, like this philosopher.
Hey, whoa,
and stuff like that.
Whoa.
What?
I work in retail, and I think I know a little bit about movies.
Dude, trust me, not like this.
Not like this?
Not like this. Okay?
Oh, damn, dude.
This guy, it was just so forced is the thing. Okay? That this guy all of a sudden has all the answers to everything. He's a grocery clerk. And it would have worked. It's not that he's in retail. It's the fact that he's portraying this character as like this weird, stuttery, goofy guy that just... He just goes against the character. It goes against the type. Which is fine in some cases, but trust me, you have to watch it to understand.
Oh, he pops Matterall. What can I say?
Nah, dude.
Nah, dude. He's focused.
Nah, dude. It's just... The thing with Lil Ray Howard, too, is, like, much respect to him and everything, but he can't be serious. I don't think. I can't take something about his voice I can't take seriously. It's like, I'm not sure if what he's supposed to be doing is the comic relief or not. You know? It's like, are you the comic relief? Is this supposed to be funny? I'm not sure, because he's saying stuff that can be interpreted as funny, but I don't think it's funny. I'm confused. This film, dude, I do not understand the cultural phenomenon it's become.
Yeah, okay.
The stilted acting, bad cinematography, awkward character interactions. What is there about this film that is driving people so insane about it? They're like, it's creative.
Because everyone's talking about it. That's what it is.
Yeah, right? But they're like, oh, it's creative. What? This has been done so many times. This is literally The Happening mixed with A Quiet Place. Literally. Like, verbatim almost. You know? And did you know that the writer of Bird Box is actually from Ferndale?
Really?
Yeah, so he's from Michigan.
Sick, dude.
So that's cool. So good on him.
It's
I'm
unfortunate that he's representing with a poor movie.
Yeah, I know. I heard the book is actually much better because it explains things in a lot more detailed fashion than the movie. So I'm not dissing on him or anything. It's just this film... I understand how hard it is to make movies, and I don't like to diss on them. But this film failed on all cylinders for me, man. I just don't understand what people are saying. And this is what I was talking about, dude. 45 million people watched this on Netflix. I think it's their most viewed thing ever. Or something like that. Or it broke some type of record. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm nervous about. This film is mediocre at best, in my opinion. And I know it's all subjective and stuff, but are we going to start accepting mediocrity? Are we just going to start accepting this as the new norm? Like, are we going to start accepting this type of stuff and be like, oh, yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. It was on Netflix, you know, my expectations were low. like already because it's a Netflix film. So then all of a sudden, when it slightly exceeds those, you act like it's the best film ever. You know, I don't. I'm nervous about that.
Yeah. No, I get you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
It's unfortunate you didn't like it.
Yes, it is. And no disrespect to Susan Baer, the director, or Sandra Bullock. Someone posted this on the internet. They're like, Sandra Bullock has done way too much to be recognized as the woman from Bird Box. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's true, but no one's going to recognize her as the woman from Bird Box. This woman's an Oscar-winning actress, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she's obviously, like, people are acting like they're just discovering her now. I'm like, what are you talking about? This woman's an Oscar-winning actress. She's amazing. Okay?
Yeah, she's been in movies for a fucking long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the 80s.
Yes, I'm telling you, I feel like if this film just had better direction, a good actor's director to really hone in on the characters and the nuance of their performance, I think that would have been better. Because now you have all these good actors, John Malkovich, Sarah Paulson, Sandra Bullock, but the problem is they're not given enough direction. So they're all kind of playing, like, one of them, they're all just going in their own direction, is what I'm trying to say. There's no cohesion between any of it. And I feel like if you had a better director, you could have added more cohesion to the story and to the characters to make you care about them. I did not care about them. You know? And Trevante Rhodes is probably, again, dude, this guy needs to get a better freaking agent. Okay? Because he was the best part in Predator, and now he's the best part in this film. This guy has great charisma, and he's good at what he does. He just needs to be in better films. You know?
It'll probably happen for him.
I hope so. He was in Moonlight, so there you go. That's one thing. But, man, like, he needs to be the lead in something, okay? Because this supporting thing, he's just stealing the show, which is great. But he needs to be in better movies, man. If he wants to be a supporting actor, that's fine. But be in a better movie. Like, man, fire your agent, Trevante. You're amazing.
Yeah, I feel ya.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, this film is a 2 out of 5 for me, man.
2 out of 5, which is bad because you said it doesn't work on any cylinders or whatever like that, and it's like you give it a 2. It's like, oh, I was expecting a 1.
Honestly, I did give it a 1 for a little bit there.
What brought it up?
Can I be honest with you? What brought it up was because I know how hard films are to make, and I just felt really, really bad because they didn't try to make a bad film. You know what I mean? It's not like they didn't like the material and they just kind of shit it out and they're like, oh, whatever, like... It's not like Slender Man where they basically just made a film just for a paycheck.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I think they loved the material and they tried to do it well. They tried to do it well. It just failed. So it's another thing, like last time I said, it's a big swing and a miss thing. I think that's why I gave it the extra star. There's also one moment at the very end I did kind of appreciate. I'm like, that was a cool angle. That was a cool angle. So that one moment. Because I was sitting at a 1 star for this on my Stardust. I'm not even lying. Mm-hmm. I sat at a 1 star for like 20 minutes. I gave it a 1 star. I even posted it. And I'm like, what can bring it up to a 2 star? Because I hate giving movies 1 star. I'm like, what can I bring this up? And then I thought about that moment. And I'm like, okay. Boom. 2 stars.
All right.
And I didn't want to come... Sorry to interrupt you. I didn't want to come into the film hating on it because of the weird cultural phenomenon. I didn't want to be that guy who goes against the grain.
Oh, you like me with A Star Is Born.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to be you. You know, I'm just joking. I didn't want to be that guy who's like, oh, it's popular, so I have a chip on my shoulder going into the film. No. I didn't want to be that guy. It's just I saw the film, open-minded. You can go back to a couple episodes whenever we talked about the trailer. I was looking forward to it. I gave the trailer 4 stars. I'm like, this movie looks good. Like, it looks like it has potential. Mm-hmm. And especially with the screenwriter. Nope. It didn't work for me.